Fade in.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Friday pre-flight. This is flight number 138. We've done 138 of these shows as of right this very moment, and I hope everybody's having an incredible Friday. I'm joined by my often co-host, a man who needs no introduction. It's Jolly. What's up, Jolly? I think Jolly's muted. I know Jolly's muted.
Hey, how about now?
You sound good. You sound amazing.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. No, it's good timing because I actually just was on a flight last weekend.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was terrible.
Oh, well, that's not fun.
Yeah. Well, I went through the checkout and they wanted to search me, and they said, well, you got a cannon down there, and I said, that's not a cannon.
Oh. Well, I mean, upon closer inspection, I'm sure they figured it out. The question is, was it a gentleman TSA agent or lady TSA agent?
It was a man.
Oh, that's a shame. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Kind of changes the dynamic there.
I requested a female, but she wasn't available, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Elmo already had her, I guess. I don't know.
Fine then.
But no, it's good to be here, and I'm happy to be back on a Friday show with you, buddy. What's going on?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm getting ready. I'm getting tuned in, ready to do the Dallas meetup. Pretty excited about that. Yeah,
I think I might be there.
You think so?
Yeah, well, if I can make it on time this year.
Are you bringing any of your pals with you?
Well, maybe. I know El Perro really wants to go, but he causes so much problems. I'll think about it. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I mean, maybe he's worth the problems. I don't know. Is he worth the problems?
It's weird. There's people that actually like that dog. I don't get it.
Who? Well, just so you know, and you weren't here the last time we did this, but we're live or should be live on at least 3 or 4 platforms right now. I'm not sure if Odyssey actually connected, but we were having some trouble there. But we're on Rumble, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube. So at least that's where we are. And yeah, lots of other opportunities in the future, like Kick. Have you ever heard of Kick?
I have, actually. I think Lethal Lightning's been doing a lot of kicking lately.
Oh, well, there you go. We love us some Lethal Lightning.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's a lot to talk about, and we found ourselves with some competition already, live streaming against us. But we also have a wonderful audience joining us from Midnight's Edge in the morning, which is where I was, up until about 30 minutes ago.
I was watching that. That's a good show.
It was a lot of fun. The lovely insight and conversation that just happens between WDW Pro and Shadow and Script Doctor. It's a very fluid conversation, and everybody's very rational, even if oftentimes we don't agree.
Hmm.
And that's okay. That's okay. We've got some folks hanging out with us over on the Rumble side. David Glenn is over there. Good to see you, bud. And a few others. I'm really not certain about. I'm really not certain about Odyssey, but maybe we're on over there, maybe we're not. I never know because
You
it's
know,
so consistent.
I'm actually one of the cool kids now. I have a Rumble now too. I just need to
Oh,
figure out how to do the dual live streaming thing. Maybe you could show me how to do that.
oh, indeed, I will be more than happy to do that, or
Yeah.
I can show Mr. Cool or one of your other cohorts there because I know Mr. Cool is kind of responsible for a lot of the back end stuff that you guys do. He's the
Yeah,
big
he's been slacking lately, but
oh,
we're working on it. We're working on
yeah,
it.
fair
Yeah.
enough, fair enough. Yeah, it's just it's crazy. But we have a lot of crazy stuff to talk about. To be fair, we have of course the Little Mermaid, which came out last weekend. Yeah, I'm interested in your thoughts on that. Of course, we have the Across the Spider Verse film that premiered yesterday that opened to a huge total. In previews, just a huge Thursday number.
Wow.
Looks like that. Yeah, looks like that film could actually do pretty well. And from lots of descriptions from folks, for the most part, absent a sticker that's pretty prominent there that says BLM in it. There doesn't seem to be a ton of woke in it outside of the characterization of Gwen Stacy. But
Hmm.
yeah, we'll have to see. I haven't seen the film. I don't know that I'm going to see the film, but we'll have to dive into that. But let's say hi to our audience because we do have some folks that showed up
Yeah.
to say hi. We got the Captain Phantom Nerd who actually did a live show today that I caught this morning when I was getting ready. So congratulations and thank you for bringing those back, Captain Phantom Nerd. We got John Sapola here. Howdy to you. We've got SFX 314 Sabretooth Raptor, Evil Ramen joining us, of course, Radioactive, and of course the Wrench, Darren Hughes. Tender Warrior 68's here. We got Scott MCC over on Rumble saying hi. Buster 25's over there. Hello from Rumble. Usually watch from Apple TV app. A lot of people do, but it's good to see you guys, and I appreciate everybody over there. I need to cough real quick. Hang on.
Uh-oh. I think Culture's been digging in Puff's stash.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, the greenhouse behind me, I've been working on really hard on the cultivating the plants out there, so
Oh,
it's pretty awesome. But I love the fact that you can watch me in a lot of different places. So it's good to see everybody here. Tender Warrior, greetings and fantabulous Friday indeed. Lovely Sherry's out there, man. I'm choking.
did you set up your OnlyFans yet?
See now, I don't think anybody's going to be interested in my elbows. I've solicited some opinions on that.
Oh, I thought it was your kneecaps that was the popular part.
Well,
I'm,
no, it was
I'm misinformed.
it was either my elbows or it was going to be my hair. I don't know
Mm.
if I don't know. I mean, how many different ways can you look at my hair?
Oh, you got some man bun. You could do a ponytail, maybe some braids. I've been in a lot of hair salons, so I can maybe help you on that.
Yeah, I think the audience is saying hair, so maybe we'll
Mhm.
do hair only fans for Culture Casino. So that's fine. I guess you don't have to be you don't have to be naked to be on OnlyFans. I think a lot of people think you just have to be naked all the time. Nah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I've been doing it all wrong then.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Walter Tomaszewski's out there. Good to see you. We've got Yeknomano and of course Mutant Bam Hammer. And little Chad's here. Executive producer Sol Leibowitz is here. Buenos dias, indeed. Kool-Aid sounds good. Blue Tiger is here. Hail the 199. There you go.
Nice.
We got Channel Surf in the house. There's Read by Nature. Jolly, did you ask the TSA agent to buy you dinner after the search? That's a good question.
I should have, or at least give me a tip, or coffee or something. There was a Starbucks right around the corner. He really could have helped me out. I was a little groggy, but that did wake me up. Don't get me wrong. That was
before you go. Yeah.
wow. Yeah.
Coach Dragon, what's going on? Culture does Dallas, that comics guy, some toxic male flu as well. That's right. We are
Nice.
very much going to have fun in Dallas. I think it'll be great to see you there, my friend. Hey, Peli, good to see you. We've got you're laughing super hard. Chinese numbers come out. Spider-Verse had more in sales in one day than The Little Mermaid did in 1 week. Yeah, I know. Very sad. Very sad. It's a joke, Evil Ramen. It's a joke.
Wow.
Elbows, kneecaps, or hair? Great debate. Yeah.
Well, that's how we start the show. We got to
Right.
come in hot.
Yeah, we've got Kitty Bear. I am not here. Yes, you are, Kitty Bear. It's great to see you. And of course, Walter Tamazuski says Liberty spikes, Mohawk, spiral spring. Yeah, I can do my hair in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, Walter knows what's up.
You got Tender Warrior 68 saying Culture starting his singing career. His first album is called Dreamweaver. That's a member chat from Tender Warrior 68. Thank you for that. And that's a neat feature. When you're a member, you get a free super chat called a member chat every month. It's like essentially the equivalent of it's valued at about $5 a chat. So you got a lot of characters you can utilize there.
I think that's well worth it, because memberships, for my channel, I only charge a couple bucks a month. I know you only charge a couple bucks a month. So that's actually a pretty good deal, folks, if you think about it.
Yeah. TLM hasn't done 4 million in a week in China. That's hysterical. And they only get about 25% of the box office there. So this film just isn't, it's not for the world.
No.
Little Mermaid usually wants to be part of our world, and she really just isn't. I saw your note in the chat. Okay, so Modelo specifically, and I'm not sure about Heineken, but Modelo specifically are AB InBev brands, but not in the United States. Modelo in the United States is controlled by a company called Constellation Brands, and there was it was part of an antitrust settlement that they had to pass it off to that other entity. Now, there's always a lawsuit, or there's regularly a lawsuit about that. But for what it's worth, that's where they are. So Constellation Brands do control Modelo. I'll have to look up Heineken. I avoid all AB InBev products, all 160 some of them. So it's pretty easy to do. There's a lot of, beer is rather ubiquitous. You can find a zillion of them. And I really honestly prefer craft beers. I actually enjoy Tecate and a couple others. So there you are. But no, I stick to like 805 and things like that. I don't know, Jolly, do you have a favorite beverage?
Well, I'm not a big drinker, but my prostitute's just like hard liquor.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah. Evil Robin says, to the woke, the Little Mermaid has to be for the world. Not good at learning, these folks. No. Fizz Jozo, what's up, Fizz? Good to see you, bud. Yeah. But I don't know. Let's actually get into some numbers. And we're going to start first with an article that made me chuckle out loud. And of course, it's from the shill website, Collider, which they actually published 35 minutes ago in an entirely misleading narrative that I think you will appreciate. It says The Little Mermaid box office soars to an impressive worldwide total.
Ha!
No.
Yeah, right.
Really? No. And again, it's not Halle Bailey's fault that this film has been struggling. It's someone else.
So. I know she's got a pretty voice and stuff, but I don't think she's that pretty. Is it just me? And I'm not trying to be a istophobe or anything, because I like all women of all colors. You know that culture.
Oh, I do.
But I just don't find her that attractive. Maybe it's just
me. I understand that some people are, they're maybe not into her particular aesthetics. I don't have a dog in that fight. I think she's a perfectly charming young lady, and it is what it is. But it's funny because in the chats right now over on Rumble specifically, they're just I think the Odyssey show just didn't launch. That happens sometimes. They're like, let's see. I did call it Buster 25 before it came out. The Little Mermaid is quite the flop. I did say that.
Well, sometimes when they cast they just nail it, right? And like, let me give you a great example. The first Spider-Man movie, with Tobey Maguire and
Oh yeah.
my good buddy Sam Raimi. I got an exclusive story for you, by the way, with Sam
Oh
Raimi. Yeah,
oh.
we could do that in a minute. But no, I think when he casted Kirsten Dunst, when I saw her and I saw that she was casted for that Mary Jane role, I was like, I think he nailed it. Because I knew of her from way back since Interview with a Vampire and all her accolades. And when I saw that she was going to be the new Mary Jane, I was like, man, she's beautiful. She's a redhead. She's charming. She's witty. Sam Raimi nailed it. So sometimes I think if the director is put in charge to pick the right cast, it could go well, and then
I
other times not so much.
Exactly. And again, I mean, that very first Spider-Man film was fantastic. Toby did a great job. I know a lot of people criticize his portrayal of both characters, but I enjoyed him. And I look at what Tender Warrior 68 is saying here. Yeah, we're supposed to catch up with the rest of the world in acceptance. Except we are the most accepting country on the world. We're the most multicultural. It's all a big lie to try to tear down the Western ideals. And that's been happening for a long time. And
Yeah.
Tax Shark is here. What's going on? Good to see you. And yeah, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I agree 1000%. I find her pretty, but she is in the woke mob club, so I reject her professional work. I understand that. I
Mm-hmm.
do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm old school, so I'm always going to point out the fact that people like to see beautiful people on the screen. It's just kind of a fact, folks. We've been like this ever since we started making movies. The hotness brings the viewers. It's part of life. When you go to a garden, you want to see the beautiful flowers. You don't stare at the weeds.
Yeah. Real quick, though, getting back to the article, it looks like things are going swimmingly for The Little Mermaid. No, it's not. The highly anticipated live action remake of the 1989 Disney animated classic dominated the box office this weekend. There had no competition. It had no new competition anyway. And it looks like The Mermaid has legs. This is a huge lie. The
That is
film,
a lie.
yeah,
Yeah, we got Spider-Man. How did
exactly.
they even say that? Yeah,
I don't
weird.
know, but I know that the film crossed $250 million mark at the global box office, officially breaking. See, this is such a lie. Officially breaking even on its $250 million budget. So far, Disney has spent $160 million in their own money in the way of promotion. They have spent $80 million of some advertising partners as well. So if you take that off, you just look at the 160 million, you are looking at 410 million minimum that the company has spent on this film that they're willing to report.
Mm-hmm.
That is an awful lot of money. That means this film, with the splits, is going to have to make
A lot.
820 some million dollars. I mean, I argue with the idea behind this.
And the X Factor, don't forget that. Me being a toy connoisseur, I've strolled through the aisles, and not only are the aisles packed to the gills with this new merch that they're pushing, but you also have the old merch. I'm still seeing the original Ariel dolls sitting around. So you're giving your own brand direct competition, which is hilarious. So this merch is just going to sit on the shelves and it's going to rot, just like most Disney products do, unfortunately. And
Well,
there's more loss.
and they really did used to dominate the marketplace. I mean, Hasbro, they're questioning their relationship with Disney for good reason, and because of the licensing deals. I mean, all the toy companies when they partner with Disney are starting to look at that with a level of suspicion, and they should. It's incredibly non-profitable right now to be a toy company. You're watching Hasbro earning most of its revenue from the game side of things. They're losing money on entertainment. They're losing money on merchandise. They're making money on the gaming side of things. So with Magic the Gathering, and of course they just shot themselves in the foot with, Dungeons and Dragons. But their entertainment side of things, E1, that's a loser. They've been releasing a lot of films that haven't made money, and they've been trying to unload E1 for 2 years now to get rid of it because it's not something the business that they want to be in. Again, sometimes you're good at doing lots of things, and sometimes You're not. But yeah, so officially breaking even yeah, so not including the 250, so the $250 million budget, they're far away from breaking even on. If you cross
Right.
$250 million, you get half of that. So it's $125 million. Now, the film's massive marketing budget and the disappointing international box office, they're saying it's influenced by ratings bombings. No, it's not.
Mm,
No, it's not.
yep.
Yeah, so it is. Yeah, in China, it's under $5 million right now. And we can go through this Collider article, which is very apologetic. But it doesn't really do much. And they do talk and speak to the fact that this is kind of divergent from the original film, which is the whole problem in the first place. Now, you know that I like numbers, right, Jolly?
Yes, sir.
So I always look at what the numbers website says.
Hmm.
And there's a reason for that. I want to have accurate information. So, for comparison's sake, the last successful live action release from Disney was Aladdin. That was back in 2019.
Right.
Would you agree?
Yep. That's the last one, I think. That was the live action remake of a Disney classic. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And so that's a fair comparison, right?
Definitely.
Little Mermaid's budget, $250 million. Aladdin's budget, $182 million. Right?
Is that adjusted for inflation?
No, we'll get there.
Okay.
So you can see that they're relatively similar. I mean, Aladdin opened on a few more screens than Little Mermaid, but Little Mermaid has a lot of competition. There are also a lot more screens out there than there ever were before, and there's also more premium large format screens. So Aladdin didn't have the advantage of having all these new premium large format locations, including more IMAXs than ever. But so far, you're looking at a domestic opening weekend of $95 million. Now, Aladdin, just a few years ago, right, in 2019, opened at $91.5 million. Honestly, these two numbers are close to being identical because when you adjust for inflation, the opening weekend for Aladdin may actually tick higher. Then you look at the domestic box office overall, but we're not going to look at what the earnings were of the film to date. We're going to look at the films to date versus what Aladdin earned with the adjustment for inflation. In order for Little Mermaid to equal the domestic output of Aladdin, it has to make $405.6 million. We are right here. Do you think that this is going to multiply by a factor of 3?
I think that's impossible, especially with this next Spider-Man coming out. Okay, so I didn't watch the first one, but I do remember it being a big banger. I remember one of the songs by Post Malone was all over the radio. They couldn't stop playing it. It was a big deal, that first Spider-Man animated movie. And now with this second one coming out, it's already got a strong, hardcore fan base that is going to go see it because they love the first one.
Yep.
And from what I'm already hearing, word of mouth culture is it's not bad, and kids are enjoying it. Spider-Man is, worldwide. Kids love Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man when I was a kid. So that you can't compete with this guy. He's a monster on the stage. Yeah.
You're actually underselling Spider-Man as far as popularity. He is the Marvel brand, just like
Yes.
Batman became the Marvel brand the brand for DC.
Right.
So
he's the top three: Superman, right. Batman, Spider-Man. Yep.
Yeah, and that's just the way it is. And so, and you know what? I think you're right. $850 million to break even. I've said that myself. But benefit of the doubt. I mean, just in earnings alone, yeah, they're not ever going to be close. And we'll look more at these numbers because this is very poignant. International box office right now, 68.1 million. I believe this was updated as of today. The international box office for Aladdin was $691 million. Do you think that Little Mermaid is going to pull almost $700 million out of an international box office?
Of course not.
And by the way, this number is not adjusted for inflation, and neither is this one down here.
The only chance it even had was word of mouth, and unfortunately, the the word out there is flat. Even by the hardcore Disney shills, they're having a hard time finding a lot to praise about it. You're hearing, a lot of them saying, it's dark, the run time's way too long. The original cartoon movie was only like 88 minutes, I believe, and they packed that whole cartoon movie with plenty of dialogue, plenty of plot, and you got what the movie was trying to put across easily, and you get through it quickly. Trust me, I know. I had to watch it on repeat an entire summer because I had a little sister. All right, so I know very well about the original Little Mermaid. So if you put this at 2 hours and 22 minutes, who was it? I think Polly, Latino Slant, fell asleep twice in
Yeah, I
this
know
movie.
he
Not
said
once,
that.
twice.
Yeah, he said
Yeah.
that. And yet he really enjoyed the Spider-Man film so much he's going back to see it again this weekend.
Wow. Well, that tells you
Yeah,
something.
yeah, it does tell you something. What? Look, I mean, the Evil Ramen's got it exactly right. My breakdown: all the money was spent and lost to satisfy ESG. Yes, yeah. Hey, I just found $100 billion on the floor of the chat room. If it's yours, let me know by clicking the like button. That's right. Click
I-
that like button so
oh,
Darren
hang
can
on. I'm
get
clicking
that
that right now.
get that money back to you.
There we go.
And you're right. Logic's finest says the right thing. Miles Morales is Miles Morales, and Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Apparently that's a controversial statement somehow. I don't know
True.
why.
But you got multiple Spider-Men in this movie, so I know he's like the main one that they focus on or whatever. But kids are going to go see it for all the other Spider-Mans. They don't have to be Miles Morales is my favorite. They could be like the Pig Spider-Man's my favorite, or this weird Spider-Man over here. I guess in the original one, it was like this dark incognito Spider-Man type guy that was really popular. I don't know. I haven't watched it, but like I said, I know from what I hear from the kids that this movie's going to bang. Spider-Man has been on a roll lately, not only in animated but also in its real films. He's been a cornerstone of the Avengers on the last few films that they did. He has not missed. And so with his presence coming this next weekend, Little Mermaid's going to take a serious ass kicking culture. Big
Yeah,
time.
yeah. I just look right now. We're sitting in this 206 according to the numbers. There may be an updated number up there. Maybe it is up to 250 now. Maybe it's in that ballpark. But I mean, you look at the trajectory. It's really similar to the 2019 Aladdin film. But you're going to see a serious deviation for Little Mermaid, I fear, in the very near future. Because I think if we go back to this, do you see the cone of sadness?
I do, yeah.
No, do
And
you see it? It's not here. They
wait a
don't.
minute.
Yeah, they don't have. We'll do it again. Where's
Oh,
the projection cone?
right.
Where did it go? Where's the projection cone? Where,
What was you probably don't
Oh,
remember.
here we
It's a
go. All
logo.
right, very good. Okay, so it was overperforming, right? And now it's
Hmm.
coming back to here. Do you think that this line will fall underneath this cone of happiness and down below there and fall into the area of sadness?
It has to because the kids are not going to go see Spider-Man. There's a female Spider-Man, Gwen, I
Gwen
think is
Stacy? Yeah.
yes, I think she's kind of a popular character with some of the girls. So you're going to be pulling some of your female children audience away from Mermaid, and that's your moneymaker right there. So if they ain't going, then who's going to go? Do you remember what Aladdin went up against the second week?
No,
By
I
any
don't.
chance? Me
No.
neither. Curious. Might have to look that up.
Yeah, all I know is Aladdin just kept going forever, and I don't
Right.
think this film's going to have those kind of legs. I do know that I do not know that domestically, it's the film is all right. But these numbers are falling off. We're already seeing, like, again, when we hit the 30th, there was a massive drop off from the previous day. When we got to the first, there was a drop off even from that 30th. You're starting to see these go into these single digit territory already. And this is
Mm,
just the first week. We're going to see this film flop really, really spectacularly, and it's their own fault. I mean, some of it's even because of the windowing that they allowed it to happen around it. So, look, I'm not hating on the film because I haven't seen it and I don't really care. But
right.
these international numbers are nothing to write home about. UK 8 million,
Yeah, it's abysmal.
Mexico 8 million.
Right.
Italy 4 million, Brazil 4 million, France 4 million, Australia
Wasn't
4
the
million.
original story European anyway? So like, you're gonna have hardcore fans over on that side of the world as well that aren't gonna be too happy with the old, race swap thing. But and I hate to point that out, but it is a factor in this culture, and
Oh yeah.
it's definitely hurt it. And if Disney doesn't see it yet, well, they're about to get a spoonful this weekend. That's for sure.
Indeed. And I want to say thanks to Parrot Head for the super sticker. It's great to see you, my friend. He sent me a Dumacorn.
No, he's trying to get you to play the horse clip. Wrong channel, Parrothead.
I don't have the horse clip.
You don't want it.
No, I don't. I don't, but you will get a super sticker. Thank you. You will, here you go.
No, look at this little super chat right there. He's so cute and small. Get it?
Well, thank you very much, Parrot Head. But you have the you have a lot to talk about when it comes to cinema. But again, we're talking about the Spider-Verse thing. It has entered the chat in a big way. And as much as I'm really not a fan of that animation style, this film's poised to make hundreds of millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And it can definitely get somewhere between 750 and maybe 800 million dollars. That's what I think it's going to make, which will make it very, very profitable. And again, this is a Sony property rather than a Disney property.
Didn't the first one make $1 billion?
No. It didn't make it made hardly anything. I think it was like less than 400 million. I think it was like 378 or something. I can look it up. But
You sure? I thought it made a lot of money, that first one.
well, again, this movie doesn't cost that much. It's 100. This is the Spider-Verse film. The Spider-Verse film costs $100 million to make. That's $150 million less than than Little Mermaid. I mean,
Well, hey, they're already making money then, just in one day on a Thursday. It sounds like good stuff.
they're doing rather well. I mean, let's just be fair. I mean, and again, it outperformed Little Mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
As far as preview days went, and as far as I know, it didn't even have a cheat day. Because Little Mermaid benefited from a Wednesday single viewing per theater opportunity that generated an extra $850,000 that they added to the Thursday total.
Of course.
So yeah, so far you're sitting on about $17.5 million in worldwide box office so far for Across the Spider-Verse. Now, the original film, Into the Spider-Verse, was in 2018. I think that's
Right.
the film everybody's been talking about. It's taken a long time to get this film here. I think what is it? That's 6 years, right? So
5, yeah.
yeah, Into the Spider-Verse cost $90 million, right?
Right.
So adjusting for inflation, the budget for Across the Spider-Verse might have been a little less, which is amazing.
Ah.
But yeah, again, adjusting for inflation. But that film domestically, yeah, I was right. That film domestically made $217 million adjusted for inflation, and globally $375 million. Yeah, so I was
Wow.
close. Yeah.
So over 500 though. That's pretty dang good for an animated film.
No, 375.
Oh, I thought you said
Worldwide.
with both the totals.
No. I'm sorry. I misstated it. No, it was adjusted for inflation, 217,794. But really, back then it was $190 million. That's the difference between 2018 dollars and now dollars. That's a lot of money.
Right.
But anyway, so $190 million plus $185 million internationally gives us $375 million. So I actually overestimated it myself by $3 million. But it really doesn't matter. It's but your instincts are correct. That film back then made a bunch of money.
Yep.
It made $100 million. Will Across the Spider-Verse make $100 million? It's looking like it'll make that plus some. And that money, again, that's not Disney money. It's Sony money. Miles Morales is a Sony character.
Right. Yep, and I think that's going to stick around for a little bit because even though Super Mario is still in theaters, kids have gone to see it 2-3 times over by now, and they're hungry for something new. And I know my kid; he loves going to the movies with his friends, the Snow Kid, and yeah, I'm pretty sure this will be top of their list. so I don't see why this movie wouldn't make money, especially now that a lot of these kids are going on summer break. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as the weekend rolls on, I think we'll have a clearer picture of about where this will finish.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't lie, I'm very impressed with this early start because if these numbers stick, it's going to be doing well. And with the projected fall off of Little Mermaid, in concert with this, it's really going to be embarrassing for Disney. Those are just my opinions. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think it's about time Disney took a nice boot to the behind because I'm tired of them gloating and trying to promote this whack woke garbage that we constantly get fed and stuffed down our necks. So I hope Sony really does kick some butt, even though I'm not a big fan of some of the messaging I've seen out there with the, a little bit of this and that, dibble dabble that and this. I'm sure there's a little bit of feminist tendencies. I've heard about the BLM poster or whatever. These days you got to kind of look past certain things just to make sure you're still aiming at your main target. Because if we keep getting distracted by little things, we're going to forget what we're really fighting for, and that's our beloved franchises. Culture. We want our good movies back. We want them respected, and they are disrespecting them on a daily, and we're sick of it.
I agree with you. And if I'm looking at the Rumble chat right now, and Scott MCC is 100% right. No cartoon should cost $100 million. That's pretty crazy, right? But Buster25 sends a Rumble rant. Thank you for that, saying thanks for all you do. No, thank you for supporting the channel. In fact, you get a clip. Let's give you a clip. I'm gonna say thanks.
Your kindness knows no bounds. Except for whatever $sign you chose to stop at.
That's true. How come I don't have clips from you yet, Jolly? I asked you and your team to come up with some.
I sent you a couple, but you said you couldn't put those ones up because I was showing too much.
Yeah, you can't show. Yeah, you're showing way too much fur, bro.
Well, you need to be more specific on what kind of clips you want.
All right. Okay, fair enough. But thank you very much, Buster25. I appreciate the support over there on Rumble. Rumble is a wonderful platform, as is all the platforms I stream to, including Twitter, which I'm looking at you, Twitter. Hi, everybody. Kitty Bear sent a super sticker. It's a poo sticker for €99. Thank you for that. And you know what? I know. I'm not trying to offend you, Kitty Bear.
Well, $2. You must be super generous for a Dutch person.
What, we'll have a coupon day or something.
I think Kitty Bear knows I'm kidding around. Wow.
Oh, no, not twice.
Playing it again.
I can only handle so much Wilford.
Wilton.
Yeah, whatever.
You guys don't get along.
Him? Nobody gets along with him. He's a troll.
I think he's fine.
And he constantly, we keep telling him to put a shirt on. I know you guys out there in the chat are sick of looking at those mutant Keebler elf hat looking nipples he keeps floating around on screen like that. It's disgusting.
Yeah. Well, BLM is broke. So that, like you said, a lot of these things that are appearing in modern films, like films right now, are going to have like the staying power of like a gallon of milk. Because it's going to be rotten really darn fast. And the BLM thing, rotten from the inside.
True.
Indeed.
Yep.
Be like Mikey. There you go. Very good, Kitty Bear.
Oh, is he talking about the Mikey?
Yeah, the Mikey.
Like the most famous YouTuber ever?
Yeah, Mexican Iron Man.
I just uploaded a video of him doing a rant.
Oh, I got to check that out. When we get done with this stream, I'll check it out.
Oh, man, it's intense. Yeah, if you want to see the greatest YouTuber alive, Mexican Iron Man, do an epic rant about the southern border, go check out my channel. I just uploaded it last night. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
And in Logic Finest, you're saying the same thing I think a lot of us just say and think. And, if you're going to create a character. Don't change a character. It's lazy. It bothers people. If you want diversity, create it. If you can't create it, then either you're bankrupt of any kind of creativity, or it isn't needed. Those are your choices.
Exactly. Look at the old Muppets cast. Talk about diversity. You had pigs and frogs and bears and dogs and whatever the hell Gonzo was. But it's diversity personified. And we love the Muppets, and well, not anymore because Disney's completely turned them into lifeless pieces of felt. But you know what I mean? It's been around forever, and it's nothing new here. I don't know why they keep pushing it.
Yeah. And Kitty Bear, you were very generous. It's all in fun, and I think you know that. I appreciate you. I appreciate the entire audience. You guys are incredible. For those of you watching on the replay, thanks. And those of you on Twitter, hi. I have to say hi to Twitter because there's no way to communicate with them otherwise. I do need clips of Gator. I love Gator. Gator's great. I don't know.
He's all right, but if you remember correctly, it's hard to get a word in edgewise with that guy, especially if you talk about Star Wars.
Oh, that's right. The Star Wars?
Yeah, that.
Star Wars is Star Wars.
Just be careful.
And you have to keep them away from pillows too, but that's more of an adult time conversation.
Yeah, that's
wait, I got called. Is it me a weirdo? I don't know. Or is it Jolly a weirdo? Are we all weirdo?
Probably me, or maybe she's talking about Gonzo. Whatever, it works. We're both blue, so same family tree, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, P Line brings this up. Ivanova was in B5 was written as bisexual. Yeah, I mean way back then, and that was a long time ago. And it didn't matter because the story was flipping fantastic. B5, man, go back and watch Babylon 5.
Right.
Gonzo was a Vietnam vet. You be respecting the blue boy. Yeah.
Oh, I nothing but respect for Gonzo. Us blues, we all come from the same ball of yarn culture.
I know. It doesn't matter the color of the yarn. The yarn can be dyed any color. Doesn't matter.
Right. Well, we all live on this crazy rock together. We're all stitched from the same cotton.
Oh, Gonzo's a weirdo. Okay, thank you, Celebrities. Yeah. Indeed. Yeah, and he's a little weird. It's all right. It's all right. We are all little. We are here. That's right. We are all little.
Good point.
A little bit crazy. Yeah, I mean, we can talk more about like the big problems with like the Bud Light thing and everything else, but there's got to be other stuff to talk about, Jolly.
Well, I got some breaking news if you want to hear it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about a week old now. It's been kind of floating around on the interwebs and Twitters. But I got to meet up with John Carpenter. You know who that is?
Yeah, I'm familiar with John Carpenter.
Yeah, well, he does this little movie up here called The Thing. There was an interview, basically a panel. It was called Frightmare, and he was there, and Sam Raimi was there, and I got to meet him and a bunch of the cast of The Thing, and I got to ask him some questions. Yeah, and some good ones actually. And one of the best questions I asked was, is there going to be a Thing sequel, or is him and Kurt Russell going to work together again? Right. And I actually posted a little bit of a short. If you want to see the video, it's on my channel. But yeah, I got to walk right up to him, grab the mic. I was a little nervous, but I got the question out, and he said that him and Kurt Russell hang out all the time. They're so good friends. But he said because Hollywood has changed, it's harder to get something like that put together.
Wow.
We're keeping up hope, And he also did mention that Blumhouse is currently working on a Thing sequel. But when you put those two questions together, that Thing sequel probably won't include Kurt Russell. I don't. Man. Yeah, the way I got, between the two questions, that's kind of what I gathered from it. But keep hope alive, I guess. Maybe Keith David, could slide in and take the the lead role. Right? Maybe Kurt was the Thing or something, or maybe died. I don't know. If they write it good and well and do the previous movie justice, I think it could be good.
I love Keith David, right? I mean, he was one of those wonderful characters in Saints Row. I mean, he's done a lot of acting and voice acting in particular.
Spawn.
I mean, he really does. He does everything he does very, very well. So yeah, I'll take Keith David. I think most people would, and I think
he was pretty popular. He actually had quite a line of people that wanted to meet him. I got to talk to him a little bit. I complimented him on his villain role in Requiem for a Dream. If you've never seen that,
yeah,
and he laughed. He's like, "Oh, I love doing villains," And I was like, "I could tell you relished it," And but I got to talk to a lot of the cast, and I got to see a little flip book of the guy who played Fuchs took a camera and took a bunch of pictures, on set. So I got to
Oh,
flip through
wow.
this photo album of pictures from 1981, of on the set.
Wow.
You can see Kurt Russell sitting in the back of the table while they're all eating dinner together, and the dog Jeb is in a bunch of pictures with them, and it looks like they were having a good time. And so that was fun. The other breaking news I have, guys, is I did talk to Sam Raimi.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I did. I walked up to him. I got a toy signed. Him and Ted Raimi were there, so I had him sign it as well. That's his brother. And Sam Raimi, he is a busy man. I begged him to have Bruce Campbell come back and give us one more Evil Dead movie. We need a final movie. Army of Darkness was a cliffhanger. Ash versus Evil Dead was a cliffhanger. And, well, he said, there's not a script written yet, but that's why he comes to these cons, because he likes to hear what the fans have to say. And he says he's definitely taking this into consideration. So I think from that point, I believe Sam knows we want another one. And I know Bruce knows we want another one as well. And I think if we keep pushing them, we'll get it.
I think we will too, Jolly. I think if we just keep begging and begging and begging, because I know Bruce probably didn't want to hang up the chainsaw. He probably didn't want to hang it up. We'll see. I mean,
he tried to retire before, then they waved some money in front of him, and he came back. So he's a little bit full of BS, I think. I think he just got tired of getting soaked with blood for a while. He needs a break once in a while.
Yeah, well, he did a great job in that show on USA. Burn Notice. He was great as Sam Axe. I loved that. And of course he was awesome in the TV version of Ash versus Evil Dead, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm just here to tell you guys, I asked the man himself, and like I said, no script has been written yet, but I do think that it's in the back of their heads. So now that he's done with Marvel, he can switch back to doing some passion project like that.
I truly hope so, because the Marvel experience for him did not work out.
No.
Evil Ramon's dropped something in the chat down here at the bottom. Says writer strike will allow a seemingly dispassionate purge of woke if the studios are wise. I agree with that. I think that's what we need. I don't know about you, Jolly. I think that will be that. This is the opportunity to dump it, right? To dump all the woke stuff.
I agree, and I also think for you writers out there and creative minds, if you have a story that's been rolling around in the back of your head, this might be the time to jump on the computer and type it out, and maybe just have something kind of ready to go. Because, God, if anything, Hollywood needs new ideas, new stories, new adventures, and who knows, you might just have that one story that everybody's been looking for.
Yeah, and or we've been waiting for. I mean,
Right.
let's be fair. I mean, we haven't had something that captures us in a long time. That's new, something new.
I would say maybe John Wick, kind of
Yeah.
captured us for a bit there. That's been a fun character to ride with. So we have a few shining stars here and there, but it's few and far in between.
Yeah. And we have somebody who sent a super chat that I actually had to go look up. But before we get to that, I want to say a big thank you to Tender Warrior 68 for another giant gift subscription number of 10 gifted memberships. Holy cow. Thank you for that. And that's incredibly generous. And I really do appreciate your support. You are always doing this. And I will not take it for granted. I just have to say thank you. You're a gold mine, to be fair.
I see you have money. Want to take me on a date?
Thank you very much once again, Tender Warrior 68. I appreciate that support. Of course, we have more support rolling in from our friend. Does this dress make my ass look big? For $5. Box office juggernaut, Monday only. Shin Kamen Rider. This is a Japanese superhero film. It's directed by Hideki Anno. And you grew up with shows like these. That's awesome. Check out the trailer if you get a chance. Fathom Events. That's right. I think I think if you want to watch this, I think it's streaming on HBO Max or Max now, I guess is what it's called. So, but if you want to see it on the big screen, Fathom Events, it's limited release, and it sounds like it's a one day only Monday. Now, because you sent this super chat, I'm going to see if it's somewhere close because I might go check it out because I like these limited release events. They're a lot of fun. Fathom Events does a great job. It truly, truly does. And I appreciate the $5 worth of support. So you get a clip. You get a clip. You get a clip. Everybody gets a clip.
Wow, it's generous. I don't really get that kind of money, but glad you do. So thanks.
Thank you very much. We got more going on in the chat. Like my friend Man of War 665, the neighbor of the beast. Thanks, going good. Sends me a member chat. Of course, the boss will be there, and I will definitely not offend your old lady. Yeah.
Oh, I get to meet the boss. Sweet.
Yeah, the boss will be in Dallas. That's right. I'm flying. I'm driving. Flying the boss in because her time is precious.
Of course.
So, yeah, she'll be flying in, and then she'll be flying out. And are you
going to be there for more than one day this time, Culture? Because I feel like I got a little robbed last time. We only had that one moment together with spaghetti sauce, and it went by so quick.
True story, but no, my arrival time is sometime on Wednesday midday.
Oh.
And then I'm going to pick the boss up at the airport that night. It's a pretty decent drive to get to Dallas. So I'm going to break it up into a couple of segments, Tuesday afternoon, and then of course Wednesday until I get there. And then, and then on Thursday is the meetup, of course, at the event location. Hopefully,
that looks great. I was looking at the venue, and the food looks delicious. It really looks like a nice place. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and again, I mean, if you haven't made your reservations, I don't know that you'll be able to get in there. It is limited capacity. So
right.
And then on Friday, there's a morning breakfast or brunch that the comics division folks will be attending. So we've got reservations going for that. And then on Friday Night Tights, of course, is later that day. And then on Saturday, their FNT panel is going to be in one of the main halls at the Dallas Fan Expo. So that's
I plan to be there for that. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yep. And then immediate upon the conclusion of that, I get back in the car and drive.
On Sunday?
No, Saturday.
Saturday?
Yep. I got to head back on Saturday.
There's another day of con the very next day called Sunday.
I know, but I can't stick around, man. I'm busy. And then I got on Sunday. Do you know what I have? You know what I got? I got the late night culture show, which you haven't been on lately. I don't know what's going on.
We'll talk about that. But I think you should be there for Sunday as well, because a lot of us are going to be hanging out the whole weekend long.
I don't know that I can. I'll look and see if I can find a place to stay for that night, but I've only actually arranged a place to stay through Saturday.
Oh, well, I got an extra hide a bed at my spot if you need something. But
we'll have a conversation. But I just want to say, Man of War 665, I hope to see, and I hope I see a lot of other folks show up.
Well, we're driving too. Me and the Snow Kid. We're coming in hot on some wheels. So.
Oh, and a lot of people are going to be there. I hope to meet more folks than I have already. Anybody, I can't wait to see you again if we've met already. You guys really do mean the world to us. I ask this guy. It's just super fun to hang out with everybody. It's just a blast.
The Dallas thing is the June 9th through the 11th, and the meetup Thursday night is the 8th, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, the 8th. That's true. Yeah, I think Bruce would do it in a heartbeat. Yeah, getting back to that conversation. I think so too, Vertical Horizons. Hey, look, it's the talented Andy Masterson. What's going on?
Hey, there he is. He's been looking for my pimp glasses. He doesn't realize these are one-of-a-kind Oakleys.
Wow. DJ Ronnie G. South Park TOS crossover? Really? Planstarium. I'll have to look that up. Is that a real thing, DJ Ronnie G? I'll have to look that up. Briscoe County Jr. There you go.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, I got Real Wade hanging out over on Rumble. What's up, man?
Oh, nice.
Real Wade met Grandpa from the 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Wow. The Grandpa.
Cool. I got to meet the first victim girl. I think her name's Pam. She's the one that you see get put on the hook.
Oh wow.
I met her, and I also got to meet Ed. I think it's Ed Neal is his name.
Mhm.
He's the crazy guy with the wandering eye that gets
Yeah.
in the van in the beginning. The brother, he
Yeah.
was there, and then also the truck driver. At the very end of the movie was there. So I got to meet three of the cast members.
That's incredible. That's a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
Well, these
Yeah.
horror cons got a lot of awesome celebs that show up to them. People sleep on the horror cons, man, but they're bomb. I
They're a
love
lot
them.
of fun. Yeah, they
Yeah.
are. And I don't get to attend as many as I used to, but yeah, they're spread out throughout the country. You usually get some good things, you know.
Right.
War Monkey points out that Snow was disguised in his human costume in his short. So there you go.
Yes. I put on my fleshy costume in order to go out in public because I just wanted to blend in. You know, Jolly's a famous puppet, so if I come out as a puppet, they crowd around me. Culture, everybody wants selfies. They want to touch my. Well, you know, I mean, it's insane.
Yeah. Culture and Bruce together for the last film. All right. I'd be in a film with Bruce in a heartbeat. Are you kidding?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just say the word.
Let's see. Spaceship Vampire. What's going on? What's going on? God giving me more signs. Well, hopefully they're all signs of goodness, my friend. But I'm glad you're here. I'm very, very glad you're here. The woke will not be purged through the writer strike. The studios depend on pushing out woke stuff to maintain good ESG rating, thus reliable credit lines. All of that's true, except that you can actually get people to finance films without going through that entire process if you need to. There were people that are willing to invest. It's just how much are you willing to sacrifice to get a film made of the receipts. So it can be done. It's just not as easy. And Hollywood is dangerously consumed by the easiest way to do things.
Yep.
And that's been killing them. It's
Yep.
really been killing them.
Well, there's also the old saying of how's it go? Money talks, BS walks. Just ask Bud Light.
Indeed. Yeah, and you know, you've got a question in the Rumble chat from David Glenn. Will there be a Cotton Council show this weekend?
Yes, there will. This Saturday night or tomorrow night. God, it's already here. Yes, we got a special guest YouTuber, a pretty famous one. So make sure you tune in for that. That's gonna be interesting. And yeah, I believe all his puppets will be there. Hopefully, as long as there's no snags or problems or accidents with the sewing machine. You never know.
I've heard. Yeah, I've heard. You can be a little hazardous backstage there. Tree Rock's like, I can't write a 2-hour script. I'm trying to do 5 and 10-minute scripts. I understand that. ESG valuations and investment aren't the path to riches they were once perceived to be. Indeed. Thanks to the post-worldwide populist control experiment economy. Yeah, it's not working out. Not working out. And now that the bag's out of the cat,
Right.
you know, everybody's aware of what they're doing. John Wick was good, but I prefer intricate, complex, cerebral stories. Yeah.
Tenet, huh? Yeah, I watched Tenet. That's an interesting one. Those are one of those type of movies you got to watch a couple of times to kind of figure out what's going on. Those are fun.
To be fair, had the sound mixing been better in the theaters, I think that film would have got a better reception, despite when it was released, right?
Yeah, there was something weird about the sound with that one.
Yeah. It's almost like they didn't mix it so that the center channel was where the language was coming from.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, it's very strange. What's up, Dylan? Good to see you. Yeah, celebrities get to meet me. That's right, Darren Hughes. We get to meet you, bud.
Very cool.
Low spec Linux laptop, and I'm not a celebrity. You just get to meet me. I'm just a dude. Who's the guest? Cuddles Weave? No, that's Jolly. Parrot Head, you know who that is.
What the heck? What's wrong with this guy?
I don't know. He's making fun of you. Yeah, I'll put your name.
I think he's talking about the guest on the Cotton Council. I can't tell you. It's a surprise. Just be known. It's a big YouTuber, and a lot of people know who he is.
Hey,
there you go. It's a guy. I'll give you that much.
Spaceship Vampires reminding us that as an alien, I know all about putting on the old human disguise. Yeah, look, Snortopoopas Cuber, our favorite polar bear, puts on the fleshy suit regularly. I mean, it just has to be done because the general public's just not prepared, to meet, because a lot of them are specious,
right?
And Smilex is one of my favorite otters, right? Be a huge fan of Smilex.
I need to get a different colored fleshy suit though, because the white one, well, people are really not liking that one as much lately. So maybe I need to. Anyway.
Oh, it is the time, my friend. If you've got the skills and you've got a story, write it. Go to work. Yeah, but let me tell you, I'm still going to try to get I'm trying to get the film shot this year. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. There's just too many roadblocks. Is Mexican Iron Man here?
No, he's not. If you smell tacos cooking in the background, then you might know he's near. But no,
Right.
I don't smell it. So I think he's not here.
Fair enough. Oh my gosh! Anything else you guys want to talk about? Because I mean, I feel like we've talked in circles on Mermaid, Spider-Verse, Blood Light, Lego. Gosh, man, the Lego thing was so bummed. I was bummed out when I did that video. I was like, oh no.
Yeah,
And
I've seen it.
It's worse if you look at all the partners with that entity, with that organization, and if you look at the fact that they actually put curriculum together and how to indoctrinate children into this stuff, it is disgusting.
It's too bad. The Snow Kid likes his Legos too. That's the one thing Star Wars that he was still kind of into. He got a Death Star for Christmas last year. He was pretty pumped about that. Yeah. But once again, it's going back to the old trilogy pretty much, and that's kind of where he's been sticking his mainframe Star Wars passion into is anything that has to do with the old trilogy or maybe the prequels. So it's just sad. It's sad to see it. I don't know how this next generation of kids coming up are going to cope, but chances are we may just have to invent our own stories and create our own network and maybe have our own merch someday. Could you imagine a brand new Jolly Doll?
I think that'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, you got interchangeable middle fingers, maybe a detachable peen. I mean, you never know.
Hey, I still have to get back to getting my facsimile representative put together. So I think it'd be fun to have a variety of Jolly accessories.
Yes,
everybody could get their jollies that way.
That's what I'm talking about. Andy Masterson's actually working on something. I don't know what yet. He hasn't shown me anything yet, but I do know that I'm on his board of projects. So can't wait.
Yeah, and it's funny and Real Wade, I'd love to show your shorts, man, but I just there's no way to do that right now. But I appreciate all the work you're doing. Real Wade's doing great stuff on Twitch and of course on his gaming clips channel. So check him out. Check out Real Wade. But let's see. Somebody I had it highlighted. Oh, Victor Fontaine was talking about his weekend starting now, watching all the Mission Impossible films, getting ready for the release of Dead Reckoning. I think that's excellent. It looks like it was all going to be in 4K. So congratulations there.
Nice. Hey Vic, good to see you.
And I heard this rumor, Read by Nature. I haven't confirmed it yet, but a lot of the rumor places are talking about this, so we'll see. Would it surprise me? No. They had supposedly or reportedly 2 of the 4 people are officially signed into the characters for Fantastic Four.
Right.
But as far as X-Men go, all I've heard is this rumor.
What we do know is we got Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine. Now, whether or not he will do another one after this is yet to be seen. But we do know they have a female antagonist, I guess, that's going to be in Deadpool. But, of course, it recognizes itself as they, them. So there's that.
I say that you are more likely to hear about the Fantastic Four stuff than you are about the X-Men stuff, because I feel like the X-Men stuff is still not settled on. So, when it comes to Fantastic Four, if you want to look at that, they have 2 of the 4 people set for that and signed. Other 2 people are, I guess, in the process. I don't know. And I think that was also confirmed recently by Nerdrotic, Gary, over there on his channel.
And didn't they just bring back Patrick Stewart to play Xavier in Multiverse? No, and then killed him, of course. Yeah, but jeez.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, he's been killed twice recently. I mean, that was an
Right.
android Patrick Stewart in the season 3 of Garbage Trek. But anyway,
Right. He
little
died
Chad.
in Logan too.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. Little Chad for mentioning that 1998, 25 years ago. Look at the number of summer movies and compare. Oh, I don't have to. I mean, the sheer volume of films. I was actually talking about this the other day. This is another year. We've had consecutive years now of films that we have such a low volume of films.
Right.
And 98 was one of the best years. I mean, you go back to 89. 89 was a huge year in cinema, and you start to compare them and set them up, and the number of butts and seats, the cost for tickets, all that. More people were going to see films. They just aren't
Right.
anymore.
Right. Well, and it was a family type of thing back then. You had a lot more adventure type style movies, movies that caught everybody's appeal, like The Goonies or Raiders of the Lost Ark. And these days, it's harder to come by. Now they just keep going back to the well that already paid them years ago and keep milking the same cow that basically is putting out nothing but dust. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is true story.
Yeah.
Does this dress make my ass look big for $2? Says also Raiders of the Lost Ark this Sunday and Wednesday. Yeah, those Fathom events are awesome. If you can get to a theater location to see those, thanks for the $2 to let everybody know that. I appreciate it. I know everybody else does, but those Fathom events are great. So if you actually just go to that site and like sign up for their like newsletter thingy or whatever, being on their mailing list, you'll get advance notice of that, and it's totally worth it. So thank you. Does this dress make my ass look big?
Wow. See why I only did $2? Huh.
Yeah. And I think I just covered this. Yeah, Marvel owns X-Men again. Yeah, because of the Fox deal. And
Right.
can use the word mutant in their films now. This is true. What's the word on the casting for Fantastic Four? Like I said, Fantastic Four, you got 2 of 4 people signed, and X-Men is still up in the air. I've heard some rumors. They've got
Adam Driver was an interesting choice. I figure he would have played Doom before he played,
he would have been a much better Doctor Doom.
yeah.
But I don't. None of that matters.
Right.
I mean, outside of what you're hearing, which is largely confirmed, we'll see how Fantastic Four ends up. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the last one was an epic fail. The last reboot, that is. And I kind of enjoyed the first one. Even the second one was okay, even though it was a terrible Silver Surfer. But at least that first one was fun. I mean, it was fun to watch. So that's a big problem now. They're having a hard time captivating the fun anymore. All these politics and agendas and diversity switches and messing with our favorite characters, basically. It's a distraction. It's a distraction. We need to get back to the fun.
It truly, that's all 100%. And look, little Chad brings up First Blade was 98, one of my favorite films of all time. Wesley Snipes is a badass, and I don't say bad words on my channel very often. It definitely kicked off modern superhero films, and it kind of the visual style of that film is still impressive. That film holds up today.
Yeah,
and I really do enjoy it. And
I
yes,
enjoyed part 2, Guillermo del Toro or whatever, back before he got weird.
Guillermo del Toro. Yeah,
that was a great one. I like Blade 2.
I look. Yeah. Celebrity Scratch says, yeah, there is no volume. I blame Disney. Yeah. Hey, look, I mean, you when you start to consolidate all these studios and then you make every project enormous, you can't make a bunch of smaller projects, which is what you absolutely need to feed the need. And to create, I mean, that's how the cinema got big, is because they were releasing films left and right. Yeah. Yeah, everybody used to go to the theater, right, Rob Altus? I mean, in 98, you went every weekend. You got to see new stuff every weekend. It was amazing. Yeah, Jean Grey. Every time I hear that word fun, I keep seeing bad films, badly written, using good characters, and using that word fun to excuse the overall poor film. Yeah, I think that's exactly how that word is used now. I agree. Opening the opening sequence of Blade is still the best intro to a superhero done on screen. I can't argue with you. It was freaking amazing.
No, it's pretty good.
Yeah, Blade still holds up. Yeah, I still go back and watch it. I think it's one of those. I think that's one of those films where you can pick it up, watch it. You could watch it from any point because you probably know it pretty well. But you pick it up and you watch that film and you know that character immediately. Boom. And it's not because it's a stereotype, because it really wasn't back then. I mean,
No.
This was an entirely other kind of conversation around a vampire. And if you hadn't had any exposure to the comic books and you walked into that theater, you knew exactly what it was. And it was incredible. It really
Right.
was.
Yeah, this is Marvel universe of any kind, and you had to be kind of a nerd if you knew where Blade was actually from. A lot of people went into that movie not knowing and just kind of were going off the hype of Wesley Snipes. He was a pretty popular character back then. He just got off like Demolition Man and a couple other good flicks like
White Men
Passenger
Can't
57.
Jump, right? I think
Yeah.
it wasn't White Men Can't Jump before that.
Yeah, it was. Yep. So he was already pretty popular, and yeah.
That remake was trash. Holy crap. Why they remade White Men Can't Jump is still a mystery to me.
No, I won't watch that.
Yeah. And Saltzilla, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Jennifer Lawrence was the first superhero.
Oh, yeah. Wow, we got fact checked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fact checked by Logic's finest. Not Logic. Excuse me. Andy Masterson. Technically, Blade was British.
Oh,
See,
from the comics. I didn't know that.
It's fine. Yeah. I don't mind getting fact checks.
I was a little sad about Morbius, though, because I have the #1 comic of Morbius when he first started his own comic series. And I was actually rooting for that film Culture. I was like, man, I hope it's good because I want my comic to be worth more. But, oh well. Sorry, Morbius. It's Morbid time.
The guys who made White Men Can't Jump couldn't hear Jimmy. It's Morbid time, says Logic's finest. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, Jennifer Lawrence was the first thing in physical existence from the Big Bang. It's true.
Well, I actually heard she created the Big Bang. So.
Okay. Ready? Are you all ready to judge me?
Well, I think they do that anyway, Culture. You're a YouTuber.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Ready? I'm going to see No Hard Feelings.
Why?
Because I review movies. I go to movies so you don't have to. That's a bit now for me. It's I go to films so you don't have to. So I'm going to see Jennifer Lawrence in No Hard Feelings.
That's a chick flick, right? That's
a comedy.
Sure. Looks pretty chick flickish to me. I don't know. Are we have to pull his man card, chat? You let me know if I got to check Culture's man card.
I'm not the only one. Little Chad's going to go see it using the Movie Pass. So
yeah, I don't know. Not sure about this one. I don't know how I feel about this one, guys.
Yeah. Wow, there's a lot of people don't know what this is. HM.
That's a good thing.
David Glenn, Shape Vampire.
That's a good thing.
Oh, yeah. Lots of people didn't know. So yeah, it is. It's called what movie? What? It's called No Hard Feelings, and Jennifer Lawrence is a broke delivery driver, like works for Grubhub or something, right? She needs a car. And her car breaks down, excuse me, her car gets repossessed by a dude she banged. That's funny.
Oh, boy.
And yeah, this is all in the trailer, the setup. And then so she answers an ad in a personal ad, supposedly, like Facebook or what was that thing that you see that was free? Craigslist? Yeah. Anyway, she answers one of those from a set of parents that are trying to get their son interested in ladies before he goes off to college.
Oh,
yeah.
That's right.
So she has to try to, get railed by this guy. I'm sorry, I'm being very gross here, folks. I don't normally do that. But anyway, so
I'm so sorry. Poor guy.
But I have to see this because I made a commitment to see it, just like I did with Barbie. Barbie so far to go see Barbie, I've been paid $20 for the ticket and $10 for snacks. So I'm going.
I am too dang manly to be going to no Barbie movie. That's just not happening for a patriotic puppet. I'm sorry.
Tender Warrior. What is this thing you speak of? It's supposed to be a funny movie.
No, good
Yeah.
lord.
Is there nudity? I don't know.
Probably not. Jennifer Lawrence wants too much to show her titties.
I wouldn't even know that, and I don't use words like that on my. This is the daytime show, Jolly. This is not.
There was D's in there, Culture. There was D's, not T's.
Oh, okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Victor, do I have to pay you not to see the movie the way I did for Avatar 2? You can't, unfortunately, you can't, because I made a commitment. I have to stick to my commitments. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something.
Avatar 2. Oh, that's right. That's coming down the pipe now too.
Avatar
Or part
3.
3 or whatever.
Yeah.
4 or 5. Yeah.
Sounds 80s. Gonna need nudity. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Salubrious Sky. Back in the day, I guarantee you there would have been some. I mean, there were great 80s movies like this. Axel Braun Barbie for the win. I'm sure that's coming out soon. Andy, you'll have to keep me up to speed on that. I know you're looking out for it. Let me know when that comes out and how it is. Executive producer Sol Leibowitz, No Hard Feelings is a chick comedy. Equals not funny, but a good film to have the wife watch while I play video games. Well, there you go.
Oh, there you go. That works.
Sol Leibowitz hung out with us. Was really cool. His first time he hung out on a member stream just a few days ago. It was a good time. That's nice to meet you guys finally, truly. Yeah, it's my Tudor remake. Kinda. Yeah.
Well, they could meet us for real in Dallas in a couple of days, actually. About a week from now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. A week from yesterday, right? I mean, that's the meetup. Yeah.
True.
So HM says J-Law was part of the Fappening, if I recall correctly. Yes, you do recall correctly. That was true.
Fappening. Oh,
the
yes.
Fappening? Yeah.
I remember that. That was expensive.
SFX F314 Sabretooth Raptor says, back in 2003, I created a storyline that is in Star Trek and Star Wars. Even created a powerful Sith. Even have created a number of ships and fighters for the story. Dude, I know you told me about the spaceships and stuff that you've created. It's pretty awesome. iCloud provided plenty of opportunity to see. Yes, this is true. Yeah, that was the Fappening, kids. Jolly, send Mike your steed.
Wait, what? Send Mike in your stead. Send him where? I'm not sure where you want to send to Dallas. Oh no, he won't do that. El Perro might be there.
Mikey never shows up at these meetups. He never does.
Because El Perro's there.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's scared. At least that's what El Perro keeps saying. He's like, oh, he's scared Iron Man. He's so scared of the Perro, And I'm just like, whatever, dog.
Yeah. Wow. Logic Science says, no judgments. I really like Devil Wears Prada. Every man should have one chick flick in life. I'll be to be fair. That has one of the best actresses of all time in it. It has, and that's a pretty decent film. I mean, and I'm judging it as a film, not as just a chick flick. I'm judging that as a film. It's a really good film.
All right, I'll admit there's some good ones. I liked Fried Green Tomatoes. I thought that was a clever movie. I also liked the movie Beaches, believe it or not. I can't stand Bette Midler now and her politics, but that movie, I enjoyed it. It had a young, what's her name? The girl from Blossom, that little Jewish girl. And the other actress, can't think of her name right now, but it was actually a very well done, just friend story, story about friends.
Which film was that?
Beaches.
Oh, yeah. Beaches.
See, I had to watch a lot of chick flicks with my mom back in the day. So, unfortunately, out of the few that the many I've seen, there's been a few I liked. The other one would probably be like Lady Hawk. I really enjoyed that one. That's kind of a chick flick, but
still.
I
mean, yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of them that were good. I mean, A League of Their Own. That's a pretty good film.
That was okay. Yeah.
The Cutting Edge. There you go. Tree Rock Creations.
That's all right.
Clueless. That was a great, funny chick flick.
Yeah, I liked Clueless. I think we all did.
Yeah. But Turo sends a $2 super chat. Says, is El Perro gonna see a chick flick with Culture Casino? I don't know. El Perro does like chick flicks. I mean, you guys probably already knew that. I mean, that's like his favorite.
Is it in Spanish?
No, he doesn't need. He speaks enough English.
That's true.
He gets all weepy when you get to like the ending. It's just nobody. Maybe I'm not supposed to tell people that. I probably wasn't supposed to tell people that.
I didn't know you two hung out that much. This is all news to me.
Anyway, Turo, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it.
Wow. you only needed $2.
I appreciate that.
Do you have an El Perro shirt in your closet we're not knowing about?
I don't know. I have to look. I have a Jolly t-shirt I have camo Jolly.
Well, that's good. Yes. No, I definitely appreciate that. In fact, I think you should wear it more often because, it's very stylish and cool. I would wear my Jolly t-shirt, but I'm still under contract to that drunk 3PO guy, so I'm still representing him.
Yeah, you're still repping and that's the old school design, the illegal blocked design.
Yeah, no, that's where I found it actually, in a back alley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of like where you found his fedora too, because I've heard stories.
We don't talk about what we don't talk about that happened between me and, well, you know who. So let's just move on. Let's just move on to the next question in the chat.
Yeah. Oh, and I was brushing my hair. That's true. Yeah, because it was bugging me. It wasn't laying properly. Mayim Bialik is just as politically nuts. She is. True story. What's up, old school law? Welcome. Cowboys and Indians. That's right. Cowboys and Indians with dad. Pure toxic masculinity. That's right. Yep.
Yeah, well, I went to my old man's house on the weekend, and yes, definitely. He rented movies for me that I probably shouldn't have been watching at that age, but a great example is Toxic Avenger. I saw that at a very young age, and let me tell you, talk about impressionable. But it's all in good fun.
That's right. But I want to say thanks for all the support you guys have been giving the show today. I really do appreciate that. Jolly and I, we get to hang out often, but not often enough. So I can't wait to hang out with Jolly and all of the crew in Texas. I'm stoked for Dallas, man.
Yeah, man, I'm excited too. Packing my stuff, getting ready.
You get to meet the boss.
Finally, I've heard so much. I could finally see where Culture gets all his great mannerisms from, because she definitely keeps him in line.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You get chanclas thrown at you, man.
I hope not. Everybody loves Jolly. Why would she throw a shoe at me?
Yeah. Legally Blonde, very good. Who's That Girl is a Filipino film. I'll have to check that out.
I forgot about that one. That's an old one.
Who's that girl? This is a good question. Jolly, why haven't you introduced CT to your cousin that looks just like him?
Yeah. Is he talking about... Wait. Cousin. You mean Grover? Why haven't you introduced CC to your cousin that looks just like him?
I have a cousin.
Is he talking about Floral?
I don't know. This is your old pal Grover.
Oh, maybe he's talking about Sweetums.
Oh yeah, Sweetums.
Yeah, I don't know Sweetums personally. Unfortunately, he's still over there at Disney. And I think he's still in contract with those jerks. Once they went Disney, man, the mouse put them in a cage. You don't let them Muppets out very often unless it's for I don't know, some climate control video or clip or something, or commercial. That's about it.
Yeah. Cowboys and Aliens wasn't the best film ever made, but it was definitely dumb fun. It was an interesting film, and truly. Speaking of supporting the channel, do hit the like button on your way out the door. I know, Jolly, you've got stuff coming up. Anything you want to promote, my friend?
Cotton Council tomorrow night. That's kind of my Saturday night gig, and Culture was on there a couple weeks ago. I'm surprised he's still alive, but he managed to get through it. How's your PTSD, by the way?
I'm good.
Yeah? No more medication?
No, I'm fine. I'm good.
Great.
So
come on by. Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to say very much. So
Gator was there, and there was extra cocaine in the back room. So the puppets got a little too sniffy, if you know what I mean, before the show. And anyway, maybe next time you come on, I'll try to not have so many party favors.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But no, it was a lot of fun, and I do encourage everybody to check out the Cotton Council on Saturday nights. It's a lot of fun. There's also some really good stuff on Jolly's channel. Snowdub Entertainment. You can check out the Taco Tuesday stream. which is always a lot of fun. He does a lot of stuff, a lot of great stuff, and and obviously he's got some shorts so that you might want to see over there as well.
Yeah, I did Mexican Iron Man rant, just dropped that. Now, and also that short that we were talking about where I asked John Carpenter about Kurt Russell. That's also on the channel as well. And I think I'm going to do another video about that where I kind of talk about it a little more because, man, lots of great stuff, lots of great pictures I could probably do, maybe a little collage or something. I don't know, but a lot of fun meeting my favorite director of my favorite movie. And that's one I'm going to cherish for a long time, Culture. It was great.
That's awesome. Well, Jolly, thank you so much for your time. And for all of you in the audience, thanks for watching. If you're watching on the replay or you're watching out there on Twitter, thank you. On the replay, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button and making a comment, that lets the algorithm know that you would like to see this show again. If you're watching on Rumble, thank you for that. I do appreciate your support over there. We got Lord Shax getting ready to say goodbye. And for those of you who sent Rumble rants, thank you for those as well.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry Odyssey didn't work out today. That happens, but it's all right. On that note, you guys are great. FNT is live. If that's your jam, you can go check them out. Be sure to, I think Loki's Late Show may be returning tonight, so you may be able to catch many parties that are on this stream.
That's the rumor. Yeah.
So yeah,
you might see me over there too, actually.
Yeah. So, but thank you very much, Darren, for being a great mod, and for all my other mods. You guys are wonderful. I'm going to say the following, as I always do. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Be seated at this time. We're landing in about 1 minute. Thank you.